Everyone. Welcome to another Spread the Love live stream. I've got a really exciting American artist on today. She's called Ergo, Bria. She's got a new song out today as well. It's called I'd Put a Hamburger in a Blender for You. What a song. What a title as well. Such a statement title. I love it. But we're going to be getting her on, chatting about her music, about everything she's been doing this year, which is a lot. And yeah, we will get going. So she'll come in. Sorry to get some American people on. It changes it all up a little bit. Hopefully it's a bit more exciting as well. Fingers crossed.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Nice to finally
I
see you.
know, yeah, it's nice to meet you. I love everything you're doing. This is
Oh,
so
thank
lovely.
you. Right back at you. Right back at you. Obviously today is a very exciting day, isn't it?
Yes, very exciting. Just released a song called I'd
Mm.
Put a Hamburger in a Blender for You. It's very much something I was just like, I came up with this really fun concept and I was like, I wrote it, why not just release it? So, yeah.
Nice. How is it going? How's the release going so far?
It's going really good. Lots of people like it. Like, actually, several people have straight up DM'd me and they've been like, "Oh my gosh, hey, I have actually had to get like surgery for my TMJ." And this song makes me feel like wanted. I'm like,
Oh,
yes, yeah. So I'm happy that like specific people like have been affected by it, and it's like, yeah, it's a cute little love song that people don't really understand, but yeah.
well, that's what you want. You want it makes such a difference between stream numbers and then individual DMs telling you exactly why
Yeah.
someone likes it. Makes
Yeah,
it
I feel
all a
like
bit more.
they're definitely lifelong fans now. So, yeah.
Oh, awesome. But yeah,
Mhm.
so obviously I assume that quite a lot of the people who follow me probably won't be aware of your music. So do you want to introduce yourself, what kind of music you make?
Yeah, hi, I'm Ergo Bria. I make the all of
All the genres.
alternative rock, but yeah, all the genres. My whole emphasis is like on songwriting. I'm a songwriter. I do like pop songwriting for other people, and for myself, I'm like, I will do whatever because I enjoy like all types of music, and that definitely shows with my most recent EP.
Mm.
Um, yeah, it's a whole thing. I play a bunch of instruments, so it's very easy for me to like just do whatever genre I'd like, and everyone like I just keep on getting people from different genres and they're like, "Oh, I like this song." Like that's my favorite thing about
Yeah.
talking to people. They're always like, "Oh, this is my favorite song. This is my favorite song." And I'm like, "Wow, like these people all have different opinions and it's just super cool like hearing everyone's like what they think of me."
Yeah, it kind of boosts you up a little bit, and it's nice to hear because there's all of the songs is going to be one person is going to have that favorite song. I think mine is definitely Wired, which I know is quite an old one.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah, when I
Oh
listened to
my
that, I was like,
gosh.
oh, when you
Yeah.
listen to kind of quite classic rock songs,
Mhm. Yeah,
um,
that's
and it just makes you feel a certain way, and it's just like, oh, I want to get up and just go for a run or something. But
yeah.
yeah,
I
that's definitely
got
one of my favorite
one
songs.
person, like they told me Wired makes them feel like they want to like dress up in a very fancy ball gown and commit arson or something. And I was like, that's actually exactly what I was going for. So great.
Yeah, it does give off those vibes. I understand that completely. Yeah, I played it to my partner is kind of very into 70s rocks, and I played him one of your songs, but I didn't say who it was before. And he finished it and he was like, huh, is this what who thinking it was kind of someone that he would have known. But yeah, it's really liked it. It's nice to get
Mm.
people who maybe didn't wouldn't have interacted with your music to kind of realize that they actually really like it.
Yeah, totally.
So obviously with your production and stuff, because you play so many things, and obviously it's kind of
Yes.
basically everything but drums, if I'm right,
Yeah,
or
pretty
that added
much.
in.
Every now and then I get some people like I had a guitarist and if I couldn't play something, because like I do have issues every now and then with like rhythm, I'll be
Mm.
like, hey, can you play this? Because like I can't play it like the way I need it to. But yeah, on every single one of my tracks, I play every instrument except for drums, which is another thing. No rhythm. There's no way I'm ever gonna be able to play drums. I wish. I'm gonna get there one day. But yeah, right now, yeah, I've been having to just produce everything myself, and it's going great. Like I feel like I'm getting a lot better. So I'm
Is it
happy lots
something?
of people. Wait,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's all right. Is it something that you enjoy being able to do everything yourself? Is it kind of really satisfying? Because that's what I miss. Because I barely play any instruments. I'm pretty much like sing and write, and it's kind of annoying when you can't play all the instruments exactly how you want to. Is that something that you like with your production?
That's interesting because for the longest time, like I'm okay with playing all the instruments myself because like I love instruments. Like that's just me. I feel like I am an instrument kind of. But yeah, producing was very hard because when I first like learned that, oh my gosh, like I have to actually like make my music and put it into a computer, I really struggled with that. Like I went to some studios, but it just wasn't coming across the way that it is in my brain. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to do this all by myself, and I don't like that. And like now I I've warmed up to it a lot more. Um, Now that I'm able to make it like easier for me,
Yeah.
but it was so hard for me. The only way I was able to even get this stuff out is because of the pandemic, and I had so much time to basically learn all of like different types of DAW and figure out which one I like the most. But yeah, but now I'm like, ooh, now I can figure out what type of samples I want to use with my songs, and it's a lot easier for me. So yeah.
It's exciting. It gives you a lot more creative control over like the whole track.
Yeah, for sure. Because once again, things in my mind, they
Yeah.
are very explosive and big. And when it just doesn't seem like the same. And I see that with a lot of artists who like produce their own tracks. Like I feel like if they went to someone else and they were like, hey, I want to do this, like it just would not come out the same way, like
Mm.
coming directly from the person, which I think is really beautiful. So
Yeah, you can definitely tell it in the music. Is um, self-production, is that something that you've obviously you kind of say you learn it through the pandemic, but was that the start of your producing journey, or had you done it before as well?
yeah, that was literally the start. Up until then, like, I don't know. I was strictly just doing live shows because that's my favorite thing. I love playing live because you can, even right now in my music, you can't hear the intensity and like the movingness of like the stuff that I would play live. And I can't wait to get back to that. Like that's my favorite thing. But yeah, I just started because of the pandemic. I started last year in May, and I've had to like take classes, but not really like my actual tracking and stuff. It would be like weird introduction classes, like here's
Mm.
how to press record. Like I don't need help with that. But yeah, that's also when I started playing bass. I started producing and playing bass at the same time, actually. It was lovely. I like it.
I
Yeah.
can't believe that you're saying that like you only started doing this, well, like a year and a half ago. I was expecting
Yeah.
like years and years and years to be behind you. It sounds like there is, because I think obviously you play like so many instruments, but there's also like a classical piano in there as well. Is that kind of
Yes.
how you were trained, and then all of these rockier instruments came afterwards, or how did they all come about?
Yeah, that's how I was trained. I started as a classical pianist. Like I started when I was 8. I think I've been doing it for 12 years now. Yeah, 12 years. And um yeah, just I've been growing classically. I played violin and viola. I plan on doing a video of that soon because people like don't know I actually play violin and viola just like the same way I play piano. Um but yeah, that's how I started, and I've always listened to metal. I've always listened to like all of these like punk and rock, and I've loved it and I've been a fan of it. And I always wrote it, but not like in the way that it's portrayed right now. Like well, you'll see when I play at the end, like how it's written, but in my head, it's always just like heavy buzz and distortion. And I'm happy that I'm finally able to get that through. But yeah, I've always been doing that type of stuff. But yeah.
No, yeah, you can definitely hear that through the tracks. I think I think I found your music through that playlist, like collaborative playlist I put up, and then you
Hmm.
added your songs to it, and it's one of the tracks that it's just like, oh, this is like completely different to how most people would produce this, which is why it's so interesting because
Yeah.
it just completely catches you in. It's like, oh, that's kind of weird, but that's what sounds really cool.
Yeah, that's so funny because when I first saw your TikTok and you were like, the vocals are kind of behind, and I was like, because that was yeah, that was like the third track I produced, I
Mm.
think. That was an accident, but
Sounded cool.
yeah, it came through very well. I think now looking back, like at my past producing self, I didn't know how to do reverb correctly, so I just put it straight on the track, and I was like, "This sounds good." So, and I love the way it came out. Like I would not change it because it was like so many stems. Like that was at least 110
Oh my God.
tracks in that song. So
Wow.
I'm very happy I did it like that. But that's another thing. I was just like, I don't know what I was doing, but
It's all
yeah,
a learning curve, isn't it? It's
yeah,
kind of
for
nice to
sure.
look back on past projects and see the progress to like
Yeah.
something you released today.
Oh yeah, completely.
So is obviously live playing is kind of your heart and soul. And I see that you play with like a regular live band. Is that something that you're able to do at the moment? Are you still not gigging over at where you are?
Um, I Nashville is still very like um getting COVID everywhere. Like everyone's getting that left and right. And I did play a show and it was very nice. But like with school and stuff starting, I it's not gonna happen as much. Like I might play a few shows
Mm.
before the year ends, but I plan on like a lot more in 2022. But yeah, I'm very excited for all of that. Hopefully, you can everyone. Well, not you. You're very far away, but everyone near me can look forward to playing some more
Mm.
shows. So
Yeah, it'd be
yeah.
awesome. And I mean, this year's been like horrendously busy for you as well. I was looking through and it's like looking through all your tracks and it's like 2021. It's like what, like an EP and five singles. Like what? How? Is that something that you had planned out for this year to be so musically busy, or did it just happen naturally?
I 100% planned that out. I
I see.
am very a
Well
type A
planned.
person. And I have like a whole list of things. Like since I have so many songs in my repertoire that I have written, I think I've written about over like 250 songs now
Wow.
and 60 playable songs, right? Okay. So right now I still have a whole bunch of songs in the works. I'm like literally producing 20 songs right now and I'm working
Wow.
on stuff with other people. It's just like yeah, I looking back, if like I was looking at myself in January, I would have been like, why is she like how did she even get all of this music out? But now I'm like, yeah, wow. That's that's insane. You just made me think about that. I
It's
really did
impressive.
release a lot of music in a short
So
period of time.
it's only like the
Wow.
start of August. Like, whoa. Yeah, I'm very envious because it's especially at the moment, it helps so much that you do everything yourself because obviously everyone's been delayed because they can't get session musicians, can't get into the
Yeah.
studio, whereas you can kind of hunker down and get it all done.
Exactly. That's why, yeah, I think mainly because it's like the summertime and I was like, I was gonna take classes and I was like, no, how about I not? So, since I've had so much time and I've been able to like do all of my producing, it's been a lot faster and now I have a lot more like just queued up and ready for when I'm ready to release music. I'm very excited for the stuff coming up. I really hope you all like it. I
I'm sure we will.
lots of different things, the whole genre type stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So is that with the plan of the next few years plan to be as busy as this one?
Oh yes, maybe busier because I'd love to go. on tour. I
Yeah.
really like now, since I've got a lot of my music out, one of my main things is I want to start like collabing with a lot more artists, which I have right now. Like I have some really cool things coming up. I'm very excited, but yeah, that's a thing. My passion is songwriting, so at all times I just want to like share the music I write. And yeah, hopefully in years to come, it's just like a lot more. With my producing, I would love to like, I don't know, get a studio set up so people can like come in and actually maybe I could like produce things for them.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That would be really exciting. And that's kind of like I said, I think there's obviously going to be quite a few people in like your shoes who are doing loads of home producing and stuff, and that's kind of a lot of people's dream in the end. Is that, do you think that's kind of what you're working towards in the end, is to get your own little studio and do your own stuff as well as helping out so many other musicians as well?
100%. That's definitely like my main dream. I also want to write songs for other people. I have, but like I want them to like actually release it and stuff so I can be like, oh my gosh. Like there's Disney. I don't know, it's a sudden thing that someone was like, oh my gosh, your music could be on Disney Channel. And I'm like, that would be great if I wrote some Disney Channel songs, you know?
Yeah,
So
that would be really cool. You got to kind of, it's all of those big things that are like so
my
far,
earring just
feel
fell
so
out.
far in the future, but you never know. Could
Yeah.
be next year.
Hopefully, yeah. I'm gonna go with
Awesome.
that.
Yeah, exactly. I got a couple of questions on here.
Okay.
Let's have a look. This one, what did they say? Do you follow British female-fronted indie old bands like Wolf Alice, Goat Girl, what a good name, and Porridge Radio? Are you kind of into the English indie scene as well?
Yes, I am. I love all of those bands. Literally, okay, specifically, Wolf Alice and Goat Girl. I was listening to them in middle school. I remember, like, oh my gosh, one of my friends, Ash, she introduced me to those bands, and I just went
Mm.
through a whole phase of listening to all of that type of music. So, yeah, definitely. And there's also like Nova Twins, all of that. Bring Me the Horizon. That's not indie. That's just straight like metal type stuff. But I'm also like heavily influenced by people like them. So yeah,
No, it's nice to have a like an eclectic mix of everything because it kind of makes your music so unique because there's so many different bands that have influenced it. Yeah, it's definitely like the music when I listen to it, it's so it's so different to anything else I've ever heard, and I think that's what most people are looking for in musicians nowadays is something that catches your eye and that's new. Is that something that you actively try and do, or is it just that's just what your music sounds like?
that's just what my music sounds like. I
Nice.
for the longest I tried really hard to like I was like, I want to just be not so unique. Like, it's a little, I feel like sometimes I'm like, it's a little jarring, a little too much, but I'm like,
No.
I can't really do anything, so I might as well just sit in who I am. Like, that was another thing with producing and stuff that was very hard for me because you should have listened to the first like track that I ever recorded. It was just it just didn't work. It didn't work at all. And yeah, it's just yeah, everything just seeps in. Lots of my stuff like Wired, it was not really influenced by people. Like half of the stuff I write is just like from my brain and it's probably like a subconscious thing from like all of the stuff I have listened to before,
Mm.
but I feel like that's why sometimes it comes across as so unique because it's like I'm not like, hey, I just want to like use Paramore as a reference, even though I do sometimes, but like a lot of the stuff is like just my brain's like, oh, let's write a song about wires. So it happens.
No, I really love it. It's kind of something that apart of some genres of music that I haven't listened to enough of at all, and it's kind of brought me into the scene a little bit. I've really enjoyed
Yeah.
listening to it a lot. It's really cool stuff.
Yeah, if you ever need references, I've got a bunch of playlists, so
Awesome. Do you want to give? people a little idea of what kind of music you sound like? I know you planned on playing Plethora, is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
Plethora. Yeah, that's been the most popular song on the EP. So I
good
was
one.
like, I guess I'll play that. Um, I did really hurt my finger like
Oh,
yesterday, so hopefully it works because I have to like play
don't
with
put you in too much
a
pain.
slice. Okay, so here it is. So I've been searching for anything with a complexion to use as a reference. You see, she's not like everyone else, but containing it's far too hard. The subway walls and tenement halls, everything falls in place, and I can't shake this feeling. And it makes my heart go boom into a plethora of skin and dust. No, filled with lust and broken trust. No, a plethora, a plethora. No, a plethora, a plethora. So after being trapped in a maze, full of regret that never fades. You see, she's a little bit too unique. She needs to fix her teeth. The subway walls and tenement halls, everything falls into place, and I can't shake this feeling, and it makes my heart go boom to a plethora of skin and dust. No, filled with lust and broken trust. No, a plethora, a plethora. No, a plethora, a plethora. And I've been searching for any source of transcendence inside these walls. All I want to do is fit in, but every time I look back, all I see is society's eyes, and I can't shake this feeling, and it makes my heart go boom into a plethora of hysteria. No questioning love, is it only her looks? No, a plethora, a plethora. No, a plethora, a plethora. And I can't shake this feeling, and it makes my heart go boom into a plethora, a plethora, a plethora, plethora, a plethora, a plethora, a plethora, a plethora. There we
Hey, oh,
go.
I love that one.
Yay.
It's so catchy. I try not to sing along, forgetting I've got like headphones in. Also, thank you so
Lovely.
much for playing that. That sounded lovely.
Yes. Thank you so much for inviting me to this. I love this conversation. It was very nice.
Yes, thank you for coming on. Yeah, it's lovely to kind of put a person to the, social
Yeah, to
media
the
channel.
music. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
But yeah, it's been really lovely getting to know you. Thank you very much for coming on. Good luck with everything and with the rest of today you've got for this single. I'll make sure to share it about everywhere. It's a really cool single. Lots of people should listen to it. Add it to all your playlists. Um,
Yes. Thank
but
you
yeah.
so much. And also, everyone, like, I feel like everyone's your watchers, but listen to your music. I love your music so much. So
Ah,
I love everything you're doing. So great.
thank you very much. Yeah, that was fun, really fun.
Yeah.
Sounded lovely, lovely to get to know you. And yeah, best of luck with everything. I'll be following the next crazy few years. Hopefully, we'll see the post of the new studio in the next, 5 to 10 years. It'll be
Hopefully.
perfect.
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you. Have a lovely rest of your day.
You
See
too.
ya.
Bye.
Lovely. That was Ergo Bria. She is an alt rock punk artist based in Nashville. And she's really, really good. So her new single, I put a hamburger sorry, I'd put a hamburger in a blender for you. That's the song. It's really cool. It's very punky, quite rocky and loud, and yeah, it's really cool. Go check it out. I'll put it into my story so you can go stream it, add it to your playlist, give her a follow. And yeah, keep an eye out. I'm sure she's got lots and lots of stuff planned. Thank you very much for coming along. Another one next week. I'll see you very soon.